today. I'm using my medium plyo box and my jump rope today, but you do not need any exercise equipment whatsoever to follow along with this workout because I will be providing equipment-free substitutions. There are timestamps in the description box down below the video, so if you would prefer to just skip straight ahead to the workout, you can go ahead and use the chapter markers to do that. But if you would like to see the exercises demonstrated and explained before we begin, let's go ahead and get into that right now. So let's start with the equipment that I'm using. This is my medium plyo box. There's a short plyo box, a medium plyo box, and a tall plyo box. I am using the medium plyo box. So you can see for me, it comes up to just about my knees. You do not need a plyo box. You will most likely be able to make something like a chair or a park bench work, but even if you don't have access to any kind of strong, sturdy, stable surface that you can jump on and stand on safely, that's fine. You don't need even any kind of elevated surface whatsoever. So I'm also using my jump rope, but again, you don't need a jump rope. Let's just go ahead and start with jump rope. We'll get that out of the way. So I am doing 2 jump rope sections. Each section is going to take me plus or minus 10 minutes, somewhere in that neighborhood. So here are your options if you don't have a jump rope. First of all, you can just pantomime jumping rope. So they sell ropeless jump ropes. It's 2 handles that you hold on to while you jump over an imaginary rope. So if you have something like that, great, we're using it today. If you don't have something like that and you want to invest in something like that, I think that would be absolutely fine. You'll definitely get a ton of use out of it if you plan on following my workouts regularly, because I incorporate jump rope into almost all of my workouts these days. However, if you don't find it particularly helpful to hold on to handles, then I really don't think it's necessary to spend your money on something like that. You're already jumping over an imaginary rope, so I think you can just hold on to a couple of imaginary handles while you do that. So that is a perfectly legitimate option. You can just pantomime jumping rope. You could also do something like high knees or jumping jacks or mountain climbers or pendulum. Any kind of cardio exercise that you want to do will work. So I'm doing sets of 100 with my jump rope. Each set of 100 takes me plus or minus about a minute when you factor in like the little breaks that I need to take in between sets. The whole thing is going to take me plus or minus 10 minutes. So if you want to substitute with something like high knees or jumping jacks or something, just keep in mind that we're doing 10 sets of 100. So choose an exercise that you can realistically tackle a set of 100 10 times. Okay, so just jogging in place or pantomiming jumping rope, I think is the best option, but you do what works for you. The other thing you could do, if you have access to, let's say, an elliptical or an exercise bike or a treadmill, something like that, while I'm jumping rope, you can just hop on one of those for 10 minutes. And that works, okay? If you have access to the field at your local high school, you could jog around the track for 10 minutes. That's fine. You can just jog like a mile or 2 miles, or you can do a 5K. Your cardio sections don't have to be exactly 10 minutes. Mine aren't going to be exactly 10 minutes, but the point is just that you can substitute with plus or minus 10 minutes or so, or however much you want to do, of some kind of cardio exercise, okay? If you're the one doing it, it's your workout, you're the boss, applesauce, you do whatever works for you. But for my cardio sections, I'm going to be doing 10 reps of 100 with my jump rope, or 10 sets of 100 with my jump rope, and that's going to take me plus or minus about 10 minutes. So when I say a set of 100, I'm talking about revolutions of the jump rope. So I always just kind of jog in place like this while I'm jumping rope. If you're more comfortable jumping with your feet together, great, jump with your feet together. If you're really good at jump rope and you want to do something more challenging, you can do high knees or jump rope jacks. You can jump side to side, you can do twist jumps, you can jump on one leg, it doesn't matter. Any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. The only important thing is that we're counting revolutions of the rope. So you're going to count 100 revolutions of the jump rope. That's 1 set of 100, and you're going to do that 10 times if you're jumping rope with me, okay? If 10 sets is too many for you, you can do 5 sets or 3 sets or 2 sets, okay? Again, it's whatever works for you. But I'm going to be doing 10 sets of 100 with my jump rope. It's going to take me about 10 minutes. And we're going to be doing that twice. All right, there's 2 parts. The workout is split up into 2 parts. We're gonna do part 1, part 2, and then we're just gonna repeat the whole thing. So part 2 is just that 10 sets of 100 with the jump rope. Part 1, we're just doing 2 exercises, super simple, but it's gonna be so hard, okay? But it's only gonna be 5 minutes long. This is a 5-minute AMRAP, so we're going to just do 2 exercises, as many reps as we can for 5 minutes, but it's also a ladder workout, so we're going to be adding reps with each round. Let me show you the exercises first, and then I'll explain what I mean about the format. So the first exercise I'm doing is a push-up with my hands elevated on the plyo box. So you can have your hands flat on the plyo box like this if you want, if that's more comfortable for you. I always like to kind of hold onto the sides of my plyo box when I do push-ups with my hands on the plyo box. So whatever works for you is fine, but you're going to have your hands elevated on the plyo box, and then you're going to step your feet back so that your body is in one straight line from your heels to your shoulders. And then you're just going to bend your elbows and lower your chest as close down to the plyo box as you can. Your goal is to actually touch your chest to the plyo box. And then you're going to straighten your arms and push yourself back up. And that's it, okay? Make sure that your head stays in line with your spine. Don't let your head droop down like this. You don't need to overcorrect by hyperextending your neck and jutting your chin out. You just want your body in one straight line, so do your best to not allow your hips or your belly to droop down like this. That causes an arch in my back. Tighten up your abs, use your ab muscles to lift your hips high and keep them high. Make sure your shoulders are away from your ears, so don't sink down into your shoulders. Make sure you're pressing the box away from you, pushing yourself up as high as you can in your plank position. All right, so that's it. It's just a push-up with my hands elevated on the plyo box. So if you don't have a plyo box, a park bench will work great for this. This is a perfect workout to take to the park. Especially, there's a park close to me that has a dirt track around it and park benches that are nice and strong and sturdy and stable. So I could easily do this part 1 using the park benches. And then for my cardio section, if I didn't want to bring my jump rope to the park, I could jog around the dirt track for 10 minutes. All right, so just keep that in mind. Like I said, get creative, use what's available to you. But you could also probably use a dining room chair for this. I know that for me, for the size I am, and for how much I weigh, and for the dining room chairs that I have and how sturdy they are, I am able to do this exercise on one of my dining room chairs. All right, so that may or may not be a possibility for you. You have to consider, how strong and sturdy and stable your chair is. If your chair, your dining room chair is, or whatever kind of chair you have access to, if you have access to a chair or a stool or some other kind of elevated surface that is strong enough to support your entire body weight, sturdy enough that it won't collapse or break or fold up on you when you put weight on it. So don't use a folding chair or a collapsible stool or something like that. And as long as it's stable, meaning that it can't slide from underneath you, then any number of elevated surfaces will work. So if I was doing this on one of my dining room chairs, what I would do is place my dining room chair on top of an exercise mat or a yoga mat so that it stays put, because I don't want the chair to be able to slide from underneath me when I put weight on it. So just as long as you have an elevated surface that is, again, strong enough to support your entire body weight, sturdy enough so that it can't collapse or break or fold up when you put weight on it, and stable so that it cannot slide from underneath you, then a chair can absolutely work for your push-ups, okay? A chair may or may not work for the next exercise, which is box jumps. But don't worry, because I have modifications. So the next exercise I'm doing is box jumps. Super simple, super tough, but super simple. All I'm going to do is jump onto my box, all right? So I'm jumping up and onto my box and then back down. All right, so make sure if you're gonna do box jumps that you're landing softly on the balls of your feet so that you protect your knees. It's really important that you don't land on your heels or flat-footed. So as you're coming down, you want to land on the ball of your foot first and then kind of roll through to your heel. So please be safe. So if you cannot do box jumps, either because you're using a chair, maybe your chair is strong enough to support your weight, maybe you can stand on it, but it's not safe to actually jump up onto it, then you can do step-ups. Okay, so instead of jumping up onto the box, you can step up one leg at a time and then step down, okay? So that is your impact-free modification. If you need an impact-free modification for whatever reason, either you have bad knees or downstairs neighbors, or your surface is strong enough to stand on but not jump on, okay? So those are your options. You can just do a step up instead, all right? So those are the only two exercises we're doing. Push-ups, hands elevated on the plyo box, and box jumps or step-ups. So if you do not have a plyo box, you can, or you may be able to use a chair or a park bench or some other strong, sturdy, stable surface. If you do not have access to a strong, sturdy, stable surface, or you just don't want to use one, then here's what you're going to do. You're just going to do your push-ups on the floor or on the ground, okay? Just a regular standard push-up. Really, you can do any push-up variation you want, but instead of having your hands elevated on the box, you can just do a push-up down here on the ground, okay? So same thing, head in line with the spine. Make sure your head isn't drooping down like this. Make sure you're pressing the ground away from you so that your shoulders are away from your ears. Tighten up your abs, use your ab muscles to lift your hips nice and high, and keep your hips lifted high, making sure that your back stays flat, okay? So your body should be in one perfectly straight line from your heels to your shoulders. If you're doing knee push-ups, your straight line is from your knees to your shoulders, and then all you're doing is bending your elbows and lowering your chest as close to the ground as you can. Then press the ground away from you. But you never want to break that straight line from your heels to your shoulders. Okay, so just mind your form. There are a million different push-up variations, so pick one that works for you. But that's what you can do instead of hands elevated push-ups if you don't have a strong, sturdy, stable, elevated surface that you can use. And if you can't do jump ups, box jumps, then you can just jump, okay? You can do a jump tuck. So instead of just jumping up, you'll jump up, and as you do that, you'll drive your knees up towards your chest as high as you can, making sure you land softly on the balls of your feet. Okay, you can, if you can't jump and you need an impact-free modification, you could do maybe like a squat with a calf raise. That would work. That would be a good substitution, okay? So if you need an equipment-free, impact-free, beginner modification, let me show you what you can do. All right, so beginner modification, 0 equipment, 0 impact. All right, so you're going to just do your push-up either from your toes or from your knees. Just because you're a beginner doesn't necessarily mean you can't do push-ups from your toes, but most beginners I know are going to be doing knee push-ups, so you're going to want to make sure you have something soft beneath you. I'm just using my jump rope mat because it's nice and thick, but an exercise mat or a yoga mat is fine. If you don't have a mat, a towel may suffice. If you're working out on a carpeted floor or on grass, you may not need anything. But if you're doing knee push-ups, you're gonna wanna make sure you have something soft beneath your knees, so maybe even just a towel or a throw pillow or a seat cushion or something like that. All right, so you're gonna do your push-up, and then you're gonna jump or step the feet in, stand, squat, and if you can, come up onto your toes if you want. You can add a jump. If you're capable of doing a jump tuck, you can do a jump tuck with or without the squat, okay? So if you can jump, then you can just do this. Push up, jump tuck. That's gonna be the most similar to what I'm doing with my plyo box. If you need to do the push-ups from your knees and you need to eliminate the jump, then you can do this. Knee push-up, squat, and calf raise. So that's it. That's all of the exercises along with your equipment-free substitutions and your beginner modifications. Now here's the format. So part 1 is a 5-minute AMRAP. It is also a ladder workout. So here's how it's going to work. Our 2 exercises we're doing is, for me, a push-up with my hands elevated on the plyo box and a box jump. You can also just do any other push-up variation you want. And then instead of a box jump, you can do a step up or a jump tuck or a squat with a calf raise, okay? But those 2 exercises. So we're going to start just doing 1 push-up and 1 box jump. And then we're just going to continue doing push-up, box jump, push-up, box jump. But we're going to add on 1 rep of each exercise until our 5 minutes is up. Makes sense? So I'm going to do 1 push-up and 1 box jump. Then I'm going to do 2 push-ups, 2 box jumps. Then I'm going to do 3 push-ups, 3 box jumps. 4 push-ups, 4 box jumps. 5 push-ups, 5 box jumps. And I'm just gonna keep adding on 1 rep of each exercise until my 5 minutes is up. And that's part 1. Super simple, but it's going to be so hard. I promise it's gonna be so hard, okay? And then after that, we're gonna take those tired legs and do our 10-minute, plus or minus 10-minute cardio section. So whatever you're doing for your cardio. So you can hop on the exercise bike or the treadmill for 10 minutes. You can go for a 10-minute jog, or you can join me and grab your jump rope. I am going to be doing 10 sets of 100 with my jump rope. That's my cardio section. It's gonna take me plus or minus 10 minutes, and that's it. After that, I'm gonna go back to part 1. I'm going to repeat part 1, and then I'm gonna repeat part 2, another 10 sets of 100 with my jump rope, and that's it. That's the workout. Super simple. And it's gonna be pretty short. It's only gonna take about 30 to 40 minutes. Well, it's gonna be more than 30 minutes, but hopefully I can finish it in under 40 minutes. It might take me closer to 45 minutes. We'll see how much of a break I need in between sections, and we'll see how much of a break I need in between sets of jump rope, but hopefully I can finish it in under 40 minutes, but it's not gonna be super long. It's not gonna be like a 2-hour workout. If you're in really good shape and you're super strong and you have amazing endurance, you're going to be able to complete this and close to 30 minutes because the 2 AMRAP sections are exactly 5 minutes and the 2 cardio sections are about 10 minutes. Okay, so if you can keep your breaks in between as short as possible, you're gonna be able to finish in like 30, 35 minutes. Okay, but for me, it's gonna take longer than that. My goal is to keep it under 40 minutes. We'll see what happens, but it's gonna be super tough. But hopefully that is all clear. Please remember that I always take the time to type out the instructions in the description box down below the video, and I'm going to do the entire workout right along with you, so watch me do it. Read the instructions. But then, of course, as always, if anything is unclear with the format and how everything fits together, if you have questions about any of the exercises that we are doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do these exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications beyond what I have already provided, please remember that I'm always here to help. So just ask questions if you have them. It's really important that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout so that you reduce your risk of injury, and also just so that you make sure you're getting the maximum benefit out of each exercise. And you guys know it's also incredibly important to me that all of my workouts are always accessible to anyone and everyone who wants to do them with me. I'm always here to help facilitate that. So do not hesitate to reach out if you have questions or if you need help. Also, please remember, especially if you're going to be working out along with the video, to make sure that you're working to your own level and make sure you're going at your own pace. Please don't sacrifice your form for speed. If you find that you're kind of racing through the exercises because you're trying to go really fast, but your form is suffering, please just take a break, breathe for a minute, and slow down with your pace. Make sure you're minding your form. As important as it is that you understand how to do the exercises correctly before you begin the workout, it's equally as important that you are applying that knowledge during the workout and actually doing the exercises correctly. I don't want anyone getting hurt. That's it, I think. Hopefully I've covered everything. If you are ready to go ahead and start this workout, gather whatever equipment you need. So if you are doing knee push-ups, make sure you have something soft beneath you, like an exercise mat or a yoga mat, or maybe a towel. If you do have a plyo box, go ahead and get that ready. If not, make sure that you have some other strong, sturdy, stable, elevated surface that you can use safely. And if that is not an option, you have your equipment-free modifications. Grab your jump rope if you have one, and if you're jumping rope with me today, and then pause the video, get dressed, meet me right back here. We're going to start with a quick 5-minute warm up, and then we'll get right into the workout. All right, so as soon as you're ready, let's get started with our 5-minute warm up. You're going to begin by just allowing your head to fall towards one shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Make sure you're not actively pulling your ear down towards your shoulder. You just want to rest your hand there. Your arms should be completely relaxed. You're just letting the weight of your arm gently stretch the other side of your neck. So gravity is doing all the work. Switching sides, so allow your head to fall towards the opposite shoulder. Place your hand on top of your head and just rest it there. Your arm is completely relaxed and your shoulders are relaxed. Down and away from your ears. Next, we're going to do some head rolls. So you're going to begin by just allowing your neck to, or your chin to fall towards your neck and then towards the other shoulder and back. And each time you roll your head from one shoulder to the other, you're just going to start feeling your head getting heavier and heavier. Your arms are nice and loose like a rag doll. With each roll, you're expanding your range of motion, just allowing your entire torso to fall down in front of you. Now we're going to do shoulder rolls. So just rolling your shoulders to the back. Make big circles, as big as you can. Really explore your full range of motion. Next, we're going to do arm circles, but we're going to start small with our arm circles. So you're going to extend your arms straight out to the side and start by just making small circles, but gradually as the interval progresses, you're going to start making your circles bigger and bigger until finally you're making the circles as big as you can, really exploring your full range of motion. Now step your feet a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, bend your knees and sweep your hands down in front of you. As you straighten the knees, you're gonna reach up as high as you can, and each time you bend your knees, you're expanding your range of motion just a little bit more, sinking deeper and deeper into that squat. Now keep your feet right where they are. We're gonna do some side to side lunges. So just gently lunging side to side, adding the arms, nice and easy. So with each lunge, you're just reaching across your body like you're trying to throw your arm across the room. Next, we're gonna march in place. So stepping the feet in and just march, keeping your knees low at first, but then gradually you're gonna start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until finally you're driving your knees up as high as you can towards your chest. Feel a nice little stretch in your glutes. And now we're gonna do the same thing with a nice light jog. So just jogging in place, knees are low to start, but slowly you're going to start driving your knees up higher and higher towards your chest until you're driving them up as high as you can. Next is booty kicks. So it's still just a nice light jog, but with each step, you are bringing your foot up behind you and trying to kick yourself in the booty cheek with your heel. For this next one, you may need to hold on to a chair or the wall for support. If not, you can just have your hands on your hips. Going to transfer your weight into one foot, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg front and back. Nice and loose. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So you're going to put this foot down, transfer your weight, pick up the other foot, and just swing the leg. You can start low, and then gradually you can start increasing your range of motion, swinging that leg higher and higher in front of you and behind you. Now we're gonna put this foot down, transfer your weight again, Pick up the other foot, extend the leg out in front of you. And then just make a little semicircle, bringing that leg around and behind you. With each semicircle, I'm lifting my leg higher and higher. And then for these last two, I'm gonna drive my knee up in front of me towards my chest and just use my hand to guide my knee around. Other side. So extending the opposite leg out in front, bringing the leg around and behind you, making a semicircle, lifting that leg higher and higher, and then finally you're gonna drive your knee up towards your chest. Use your hand to guide it around for a hip circle, and we're finishing up with a quick hamstring stretch. So I am using this post to get into this stretch just to make it a little bit more accessible, a little bit more comfortable, because you want to try to keep your back as flat as you can while you're doing this stretch so that you isolate your hamstrings. Gonna make the stretch much more effective, but that's it. That's our 5-minute warm up. So let's go ahead and get started with part 1 of the workout. It's only going to take 5 minutes, but it's going to be super tough. So do your best. Here we go. As soon as you're ready, I am starting my timer in 3, 2, 1. This is a 10-second rest interval, just so we have a few seconds to get ready and we don't lose anything off of our 5-minute work interval. So here we go. Starting with 1 push-up and 1 box jump. Now 2 push-ups and 2 box jumps. 3 push-ups. 3 box jumps. 4 push-ups. 4 box jumps. You get the idea. I'm gonna zip it so I can conserve some energy. That's our 5 minutes. I just want to go ahead and finish up this round. I did 4 box jumps. Just need to do 5 more box jumps to finish this round. So I'm just going to do another 5 before I move on to my cardio section. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So that's it. That's part 1. That was an amazing little 5-minute workout. I'll probably be doing this again for an upcoming 5-minute Friday workout. Maybe I'll even just do it this week. So like in 2 days, you might see that again. We'll see. That was an amazing 5 minutes, super intense. All right, so now let's move on to our cardio section. So I'm gonna do 10 sets of 100 with my jump rope. Hopefully I can finish it in just about 10 minutes. We shall see. But you can be doing plus or minus 10 minutes or so of any kind of moderate paced cardio exercise you want. Remember, if you don't have a jump rope, you can even just pantomime jumping rope. It's absolutely fine. All right, so if you are jumping rope with me, any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just counting revolutions of the jump rope. So 100 revolutions of the rope is 1 set. We're going to do 10 sets. So here we go, counting 100 revolutions of the rope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. So that's my first set of 100. I'm gonna do 9 more. I just make a little slash on my paper so that I don't lose track of how many sets I've done. I want to remind you that if you trip over your jump rope, I know my legs are jelly after that part 1, so it's hard to get my feet up and over the rope sometimes. If you trip, you do not have to go back and start the set over. Just take a breath and get right back into it. Pick up your count where you left off, okay? And just do your best. Remember that your best is always good enough, so let your best be good enough. Now you know what we're doing. I'm gonna zip it so I can conserve some energy, and we're just gonna do 9 more sets of 100, all right? Do your best to keep your rest breaks in between sets as short as you can, but they should be as long as you need, all right? Work to your own level, go at your own pace. When you're ready, here we go, set number 2. Just 30 more revolutions. And then I'm done. 80, 90, 100. All right, so that was a great like 15-ish minute workout. If that's all you have time for today, or you're just spent, I think that's enough for today. You have my blessing. If you want to stop here, just make sure you do your bonus burpee. Do a quick cool down with me. Use the chapter markers to skip ahead to the cool down. Take a few minutes to cool down with me, and then make sure you're taking a good 15-20 minutes or so to stretch. And then you can go ahead and take a shower, eat some lunch, and get on with the rest of your day. If you are continuing on with me, we're just going to repeat the whole thing once more. So I'm going to grab my plyo box. I'm going to take another minute to breathe. If you don't need the time to rest, you don't have to rest. Just go ahead and get started on your next section. It's the same thing we did for part one. It's our little 5-minute AMRAP / ladder workout. If you need a longer rest break, now is a good time to pause the video, towel off, get a sip of water, and then just come back when you're ready. You want to challenge yourself to keep the rest breaks as short as you can, but they should be as long as you need. You should only continue the workout when you feel that you have regained enough strength and you have enough stamina to continue with good form. And I'm being a little extra cautious with these particular exercises because my legs are a little shaky, and if I don't have enough stamina to get myself up and onto the plyo box, I could trip. I have bashed my shin into this thing before, and it is not fun. So I'm being a little extra cautious. I feel like if I wasn't doing box jumps, I would probably have already started, but because I'm doing box jumps, just giving myself another minute to let my heart rate come down a little bit, let my breathing normalize, and just to feel like I have enough power, enough stamina that I can generate enough power with my quads to get myself up and onto the plyo box safely. So please just remember to work to your own level, be smart, be safe, use your common sense, please listen to your body, and don't push your body into doing anything that it is not ready to do. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. We'll just hope for the best. All right, so again, I'm starting with a 10-second rest interval so that I have a few seconds to get ready and I don't lose anything off of that 5-minute work interval. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. I'm starting my timer in 3, 2, 1. This is 10 seconds to rest and get into position for our first push-up. So 1 push-up, 1 box jump, and now we're just gonna add on 1 rep with each round. So 2 push-ups and 2 box jumps. All right, keep going. Do your best. 8, and 9. So I finished a few reps behind where I did in round 1, but that's to be expected at this point. Whenever I do an AMRAP, my official score is 8 full rounds plus, 5 or 6 push-ups. That's my official score, but you see I went ahead and finished those 9 push-ups. Whenever I do an AMRAP, I typically, if time runs out while I'm in the middle of a round, I'll just go ahead and finish the round. It's completely optional, you do not have to. But in order to finish this round, I still need to do 9 box jumps. So, wish me luck. I'm gonna go ahead and do 9 box jumps and then we'll finish up with our final cardio section and that's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 more, 6, 7, 8, 'Can I do one more without hurting myself? 9, I can. All right. Typically what I'll do is reset my timer as a stopwatch and then time those remaining reps so that the next time I do the workout, I'll have 2 goals. My first goal will be to complete more reps before time is up. And then my secondary goal will be to finish that number of reps in that amount of time. Make sense? I didn't time that today, but that's usually what I do whenever I do an AMRAP. FYI. All right. So that's part 3. We're done with the plyo box. All we have left to do is our final cardio section. So again, if you've done sections 1 through 3 with me, that's been a good, 20, 25 minutes or so. If you want to stop here, that's fine by me. That was a great workout, a little over 20 minutes. That works as a standalone workout. So if you're just completely spent or you're out of time for today, you can call it a day. Do your bonus burpee, then use the chapter markers to skip ahead to the cool down. Do a quick cool down with me, and then remember to take a good 15-20 minutes to stretch before you hit the showers, and then you can go ahead and have your lunch and get on with the rest of your day. If you are continuing on with me, we are doing I'm doing another 10 sets of 100 with my jump rope. You can do that, or you can do about 10 minutes of any kind of moderate paced cardio exercise you want. If you need a longer rest break so that you can towel off, get a sip of water and just allow your heart rate to come down a little more, allow your breathing to normalize, allow your legs to stop shaking so you can get your feet up and over the jump rope, that's fine. Pause the video, come back when you're ready. I'm gonna go ahead and start. Sooner I start it, the sooner we're done. So here we go. Another 10 sets of 100 with the jump rope. 100, 110. The previous set, I tripped over my jump rope on rep 98. So instead of just doing 2 more reps, I just made my slash and I added a few reps onto my next set. So I did 110 revolutions with that last set, on the off chance that anyone noticed or was wondering. That was my 5th set. I'm halfway there. Feeling really fatigued, so I'm just pausing at this halfway point to breathe a little, let my heart rate come down just a little bit. And try to feel like I have enough stamina to do 5 more sets. All right, when you're ready, here we go. Set number 6. Obviously, I'm really struggling. Having to take longer rest breaks in between sets, and the sets are getting so hard. But that was set number 8. We just have 2 more to go. So let's push. Last set. Taking a breath. I'm gonna pick up my count at 60. There's 40 more revolutions. 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 100. That's it, that's set number 10. I don't know how long that took me because I wasn't timing the workout today. I don't really have a reason why I didn't time the workout. Other than that, I think I just forgot or didn't think of it, but it's fine. The important thing is just that I got it done. So that's it. That's the workout, but we are not quite finished yet. No workout of mine is ever complete until we have done our bonus burpee. So we have just 1 rep left to go. But first, whenever I do a workout that includes jump rope, and you guys know that for the last couple of years, probably, almost all of my workouts have included jump rope. And today's workout included jump rope. So in addition to my bonus burpee, I'm also going to do a bonus set of 100 with my jump rope. So I've got Rude Becca with me. Rude Becca is ready to do this thing. We'll see if I am. For those of you who don't know, Rude Becca is my adorable black jump rope with these cute little white skulls on the handles. So if you would like to know where I get my jump ropes, there is a link and a coupon code in the description box down below the video. So click on the link and use coupon code RUDEBECCA to save an additional 10% on your jump rope. Now, the bonus burpee is 100% mandatory. You must do your bonus burpee. This bonus set of jump rope is completely optional. So if you don't want to do it, that's fine. You can just cheer me on and take another minute to rest, and then we'll do our bonus burpee together. If you would like to join me, again, any style of jump rope you want to do is fine. We're just counting 100 revolutions of the rope, the same thing we've been doing for the entire workout. So if you would like to join me, here we go. Counting 100 revolutions with the jump rope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's 100. All right, so that is our bonus set of jump rope. And now we have just 1 rep left to go. Let's go ahead and do our bonus burpee together. Then the workout will be officially complete. So as soon as you're ready, here we go. Final rep of the day. All right, with that, the workout is now officially complete. So let's go ahead and do a quick cool down together. It's really important that you get up immediately after the workout and just keep moving, keep the circulation going while you allow your breathing to normalize, while you allow your heart rate to come down a little bit. So you can just pace around back and forth, that's fine. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs. You can do a quick shoulder stretch. So just bring one arm across your body and use your other arm to pull it in tight towards your chest. Make sure your straight arm is completely relaxed. Make sure the shoulder of your straight arm is completely relaxed. If the muscle's all tense, your shoulder's all hunched up by your ear, you're not going to be able to stretch it effectively. The muscle needs to be relaxed in order for it to be pliable so that it can be stretched. Shake it out. Let's get the other shoulder. So bringing the opposite arm across your body, using your other arm to pull it in tight towards your chest. Your straight arm is completely relaxed. Your shoulder is relaxed. Really feel that stretch in your shoulder. And make sure while you're doing this that you're continuing to move. So I always just kind of shift my weight from foot to foot. You can shake out the legs. You can pace. But you just want to keep moving while we're doing this little bit of light stretching. Let's go ahead and do a quick tricep stretch. So bending one elbow and then placing your opposite hand on the elbow. And now you're going to gently pull your elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Really feel that stretch in your tricep. Make sure this hand, your free hand, is pointing straight down. Your fingers should be pointing straight down at the ground. Shifting your weight side to side, pacing around, shaking out the legs, whatever works for you. Let's get the tricep on the other side. So bending your other elbow, placing your opposite hand on the elbow and gently pulling your elbow towards your shoulder, making sure that your free hand is completely relaxed. Make sure your fingers are pointing straight down at the ground. So you don't want this free hand hanging out somewhere up here by your shoulder. Really pull that elbow towards the opposite shoulder. Feel it stretch in your tricep. And make sure that your free hand, the fingers on that free hand are pointing straight down to the ground. And make sure also that you're continuing to focus on your breath, trying to slow down your breathing. So be deliberate with your breathing. Take long, slow, deep, controlled breaths. All right, so let's finish up with a quick quad stretch. If you struggle with balance, you can hold onto the wall or a chair or something for support. I'm just gonna wait for the plane so I don't have to shout over it. All right, so you're just going to bend one leg, bring your foot behind you, and then reach back. Grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands, and then press your heel into your booty cheek. Really press it in. And as you're doing that, you want to be tilting your pelvis forward so that you're kind of tucking your booty underneath you. Imagine trying to touch your spine with your belly button. And as you do that, make sure you're continuing to press your heel into your booty cheek. As soon as you combine both of those elements, you will instantly feel that stretch intensify in your quad muscle. All right, shake it out. Let's get the quad on the other side. So bending the opposite leg, bringing your foot behind you, and then reaching your hands behind you. Grab a hold of the top of your foot with both hands, and really press your heel into your booty cheek. As you're doing that, you are tilting your pelvis forward, tucking your booty underneath you, sucking your belly button back towards your spine. Keep pressing your heel into your booty cheek while you do that, and keep focusing on your breathing. Couple more seconds. Hold here. Really feel that stretch in your quad. And that's it. Just shake it out one more time. Shake out the arms, shake out the legs, shake out the wrists. Swing the arms, loosen up those shoulders, and that's it. That's our cool down. If you feel that you're still breathing heavily and your heart rate is still elevated, go ahead and just take a few more minutes to just pace around. You can do a little bit more light stretching. Just remember that this little bit of light stretching that we do during the cool down does not take the place of a proper stretching routine. It's still really important to make sure that you are taking a good 15 or 20 minutes at least to stretch. If you can do it right now, this is going to be the most effective and the most efficient time to do your stretching immediately after the workout, because your muscles are already nice and warm. If you do not have time to stretch now, that's fine. You can do it at any point during the day. It doesn't matter what you do for a stretching routine. It doesn't matter when you get your stretching done, just as long as you're not skipping your stretching. Just remember that if you put off your stretching until later on in the day, your muscles will have gotten cold again, so you're going to need to take a few minutes to warm them back up before jumping into your stretching routine. But it's really important to make sure that you're taking the time to stretch every day, because it's going to help alleviate any muscle soreness that you might experience after the workouts. It is also going to help reduce your risk of injury moving forward, and I don't want anyone getting hurt. Plus, it's going to improve your flexibility, and I think that flexibility is an often overlooked and undervalued aspect of your overall fitness level. So please make sure you're taking the time to stretch every day. But that's it. That's all I have for you today. So I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did this workout with me today, thank you so much. Please let me know what you thought of it and how you did. Thank you to everyone who has been working out with me lately. And even if you're not doing the workouts with me, thank you for watching the videos. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos. Thank you so much for all of your wonderful and supportive and engaging comments. It truly does mean the world to me. Thank you to all of my new subscribers. If you are not subscribed already, please subscribe. And of course, a great big thank you to those of you who have been subscribed to my channel for years. Please know that I appreciate all of you so very much. One final reminder that if anything is unclear about the format of today's workout and how everything fits together, how you can customize the format if you're pressed for time, if you have any questions about any of the specific exercises that we were doing today, if you have any doubts about how to do these exercises with the correct form, or if you need any further help with equipment-free substitutions or beginner modifications beyond what I have already provided, I am right here to help. So please just ask. That is going to do it for today. But before I say goodbye, I have to say one final thank you to those of you who have been watching the videos all the way until the end and commenting with the secret code phrase of the day. So before I say goodbye, I will give you today's secret code phrase of the day. It is have fun storming the castle. So if you are still watching this video, hello, thank you for watching all the way to the end. Please let me know that someone is still watching by going down to the comment section and leaving me a comment that says, have fun storming the castle. And that is going to do it for today. I will see you all next time. Bye.